On today's episode of The Unwritten Rule, we did some more cleanup from the Alabama game. Took a look at the KenPom ratings. We took a look at the KenPom ratings later in the show. My mind's already on college basketball. Took a look at the PFF ratings for Mizzou in the loss to Alabama. Looked at Bo Prabula, looked at the offensive line, analyzed the defense, and kind of who stood out metrics-wise in a really strong performance on that side of the ball, and sort of dissected some more. Kenny was back on. He was at the game, so gave his take on it, as well as his take on two more commitments for Mizzou football, adding two more offensive linemen in the 2026 class. Kenny covered those recruitments extensively and had good breakdowns on both of those guys. So, yeah, two more ads for Mizzou in the class of 2026 and a good breakdown of their PFF stats from the Alabama game. In quick hits, that's where we talked about KenPom, of course, the college basketball metric. They released their preseason rankings, so we talked about where Mizzou was in that. Talked about Mizzou being ranked 16 in the coaches poll. They're also 16 in the AP poll. We did not mention that. We finished recording right before the AP poll came out, but they are 16 in both polls, so it really plays the same. So, yeah, good show. Talked about some Tigers in the Wild as well. Took a look at some guys in the pros as the NBA is about to get started too. So Mizzou in the NBA, all that fun stuff. So yeah, good show. A little bit more diving into and processing the loss to Alabama and what it means for Missouri. So we'll get right into it. The Unwritten Rule starts right now.
Marcel, where are you going with that disc? You are not putting that on again. Marcel, okay, if you press that button, you are in very, very big trouble.
Attention. Everybody stop what you're doing. It's time for The Unwritten Rule, a Mizzou sports podcast brought to you by the Believe Network, alongside Payton Haverman and Kenny Van Doren. Here is your host, Jack Knowlton.
Welcome back to The Unwritten Rule, presented by FanDuel. Today is Monday, October 13th. We are doing some extra cleanup from the Alabama game. We have some PFF stuff to talk about as per usual on the Monday portion of the look back at Mizzou's last football game. Looking back now at their first loss of the season. We have Kenny here as well. Kenny was on hand. Kenny, I will just get your quick perspective of the game being in person. I know you were at Kalen DeBoer's press conference too. I was kind of curious what he said about the game and about Mizzou. A quick roundup from you. You were on scene on Saturday for Mizzou's loss to the Crimson Tide.
Yeah, first 11 a.m. kick I've been to in a while. Last one was Auburn last year, so kind of different atmosphere walking around town, getting there a little bit early, got in around 8 and, started to watch people come in. I think they didn't open the gates until 9, which was, different, only 2 hours before kickoff. And it was a good game all around, just, fun one. I think it was just a lot of, great plays from Ty Simpson, especially down the stretch. I really liked y'all's recap on that and where Mizzou was kind of going from there. In the press conference too, there's only like two things really brought up about Missouri, and it was really more of Alabama having a step forward in its run defense, which can also be attributed to Ahmad Hardy only having 12 carries in this game and Jamal Roberts having 5, and the offensive scheme being changed up from what it's usually known for. And then the time of possession, that was the biggest thing that, I thought he mentioned, that DeBoer mentioned after the game, is that, they wanted to dominate it. They wanted to make it their game, put it in control. And that's exactly what they did in that contest against Missouri.
Did you have any quick notes yourself off of that instant recap? We're going to talk about the PFF numbers in a second, but any takeaways from other takeaways from the game generally that you felt watching it?
I thought they were going to win it. I thought Mizzou was going to win it after the pass to Olubade on 4th down. I thought that was like the thing that finally was going to turn it up, and the next 3 plays were just nothing burgers. And then you had the really weird read on the pass over the middle of the field to end it for the interception. I didn't really know what he thought there, that he had someone open up on the seam. And I think he was directed for Olubade. And I mean, he had 2 guys wide open for Prabula. So I don't necessarily know too much of that because I was in the other press conference, but Another thing I thought was interesting too that Alabama does, they have their players come out on the field and then do a media scrum. They don't have them go and sit in that closet that they had Kalen DeBoer sit in.
Yeah, that I did see a clip of that. They were interviewing like Ty Simpson in the end zone. I was like, oh, that's a good, more of a fun atmosphere to talk to a guy, I guess. That's where we'll dive into, I think, with the PFF grades for this game. There's some interesting stuff that have come out of it. I have a bunch of grades written down, but I kind of want to start with Prebula and Payton. We talked plenty about him on Saturday, but man, the numbers and the analytics really affirm just how much he struggled, and kind of sunk Mizzou on the day. He had a 52.9 offensive grade, 51.1 passing grade. He made 2 turnover-worthy plays, no big-time throws. He was sacked 3 times, is what PFF gives him. I think officially it was 2, and just struggled all around. Even at a 59.3 run grade, which I think he rushed for like 60 yards and that touchdown. So that even includes that. Just a rough day for Prebula. We can skim through that, but if you have anything now that you've had a little less than 24 hours to reflect on his performance and hearing those numbers.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of dug into it yesterday. He was not good at all. I really do think he is probably the main reason Mizzou lost this game. You can talk about Kirby and Co going away from the run game. Bottom line is the run game really wasn't working that well, and I probably still would have given Hardy more than 12 carries. I thought they maybe went away from it too much at times. The one that sticks out to me is right after Alabama kicked the field goal to go up 20-17. I believe that's when this drive was. Mizzou went 3 and out, and they ran a hurry up on a 3rd and 2 to go empty and throw it. That was so not Mizzou at all. I get you have to throw some different looks at a team, especially in a game like this, to kind of catch them off guard. But that's a time where I think Mizzou kind of has to stick true to its guns. That should have been outside zone to one of your running backs, and it just wasn't. I do think there's some criticism for Kirby to be had. I definitely don't think he had his best week, but I think bottom line, point blank period, the quarterback's got to play better. I mean, Marquise Johnson was so stinking open on that last play. I mean, that could have been 6 with his speed. It really could have. We'll never know. You kind of got to just hope it doesn't cost Mizzou a chance at the college football playoff at this point. But Bo Prebula is going to have to be a lot better down the stretch if Mizzou wants to win, get to that 10-win mark, and make the playoffs.
Yeah, again, I think the thing with him is just that it's now going to become how he grows and responds from this. But I think the jarring thing was just how much growth there still needs to be in that kind of elite tier of quarterbacks in this league. Did you have anything to add on that, Kenny?
I think, that it's fair to be upset. I mean, it proves that, Drinkwood said after the game too, it's like there's a bunch of guys and they're visibly upset right now because they knew that they could win this game. They showed that they could win it. I mean, Mizzou shot itself in the foot multiple times. Alabama did the same thing. I mean, both of these teams probably didn't play their most perfect games whatsoever. Both teams had opportunities to win. Alabama was the one that took it away. I mean, Alabama couldn't kick field goals. I mean, there were reasons they had to go for it on 4th down, and they went in 4-down territory inside the opponent's 40-yard line or 45 yards. It's because there were no opportunities to kick field goals because they just weren't really relying on it. I know, Jack, you talked about that in your preview with Believe in Bama as well. So the one thing you kind of take from it is that, yeah, this isn't the best Alabama team, ever. We still play very close with Alabama. I think there's still just a plus of like this kind of just sitting on your resume. It's going to be an eyesight, but it is something that they will see and bounce back. That's what Dalen Carnell talked about in his post-game press conference, that he doesn't think, the team will be fine. He thinks he'll go into Auburn next week and figure things out. They won't have like these little mental errors that really, ruined an opportunity to be 6-0 and have a big win over Alabama.
A good loss doesn't make it any less tough to swallow, but I do agree that I think it is a good loss on paper in the end, even if there's a lot to digest from it.
I know there was a lot of comparisons to the LSU game, and I threw out like Florida in 2022. I felt like that was a little bit more close to what this one was because there was opportunities in 2022 for Brady Cook to pull away and beat that Florida team. They lost by 1 score. That's what it felt like here. It just felt like the quarterback play never really got them over the hump.
The game I think this is most similar to is 2023 Georgia, because I think that you can come away from this game thinking Mizzou could have won that game. I don't think you come away thinking necessarily that they should have won. I think it's kind of in the middle of could and should. I don't think you can say in good conscience Missouri was flat out the better team. They were better in a lot of respects. I thought the pass rush absolutely did what it needed to do. I thought the defense was really, all things considered, with the awful special teams play and being set up with short fields all day, I thought the defense did all you could have really asked, except for make one stop on either the 3rd and 23, the 4th and 8, or the 4th and goal. That's really, but I don't think the offense played well enough to really elevate this to a should have won. I know SP Plus, Bill Connolly at ESPN, the guy who puts that together, actually said he like that metric puts out a post game win expectancy, and it did have Alabama only as a 28.6% win percentage, which, if you don't know what that means Alabama probably should have lost just by the way his metric grades things out. But again, just too many mistakes. Like, I go back to 2023 Georgia. Mizzou had the ball with the chance to go down and take the lead within that 4th quarter. Brady Cook threw a brutal interception. That's kind of what happened here. I don't really think, but I don't think I would say Mizzou should have won this game. I think it's more of a could have won. They had plenty of chances and blew them.
I think I agree with that. I didn't even think about 2023 Georgia. That is a good comparison. I think all three of those, to an extent, are okay ways to look at this game. LSU had a little bit more. It was a little bit more aesthetically pleasing on both sides in terms of the offense than this game was. I think you could say that for Alabama too. But I'll rapid fire through some PFF grades that I saw. I wrote down the highest for some guys on the offensive side of the ball. The highest offensive grade overall actually went to Donovan Olubade. This obviously, doesn't take snaps into account. He had 85.9. He was 15 snaps. The highest with any guy over 50 was actually Keegan Trost at 70.6. We didn't talk about the offensive line much. That's not the best reflection of Mizzou's offense. We didn't talk about
just it being Keegan Trost is not a surprise. He's just been rock solid all year.
He was one of 4 offensive linemen who were above 70 in pass blocking grade. Connor Tollison was the best, 79.3. The only one who was below, I think, was Jadis. Run blocking, the best run blocker on the day was actually Brett Norfleet, 73.8 grade. Jadis was the best run blocker on the offensive line, only 66.1. And then shout out to Eli Hoff. He tweeted this stat, but I went and checked myself on PFF too. Ahmad Hardy in this game, it obviously wasn't a typical Ahmad Hardy game, but PFF had him down for 52 total yards and 53 yards after contact, which I'm not sure how that's even possible, but I guess you get some behind the line of scrimmage hits or something, but just insane what he's able to do after contact still, even though he probably was not involved enough in this game. I agree with you guys, but I know y'all took a look at PFF too. But any other offensive things stick out to you? I know Payton, you and I didn't talk about the offensive line a ton. I wasn't shocked to see those numbers. I actually thought the pass pro stuff overall was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, they were fine pass blocking wise. It wasn't a great day run blocking wise. They did have Caden Greenback. I don't think it made too much of a difference. He was fine. They just didn't. Nothing about the run game looked like anything close to what it had been in their first 5 contests. I just don't think it was really working. I don't think you could have buried your... Again, I think they still probably should have committed to it a little more than they did. There were a couple instances where I think they went past that I would have run it. But they had to throw... I had a feeling that Bama was going to sell its soul out to not let Ahmad Hardy in the run game beat them. That's what they did. Bo was going to have to make plays in this game, and he didn't make enough of them. That really is what it is.
Yeah, I agree. I think I didn't notice Caden Green in a distinctly good or bad way. I think it's just probably nice to have him out there getting reps and getting back into the swing of game speed and all that stuff. The defense is where the real good comes from. The PFF numbers, as we've kind of harped on a few times. There was a lot of players that stood out. The highest overall defensive grade went to Khalil Jacobs, 79.2 overall. He did have a really good game. I felt run defense. Tristan Newson had the highest grade overall. Josiah Trotter, I also give him a shout out. 76.5 in 70 snaps. He was all over the place again. Tackle grade, 6 guys above 80 in tackle grade. You guys, they had 6 missed tackles, which actually is a little bit high for Missouri, but I don't feel like that's been a super major issue through the first 7 games. I don't know if you guys agree, but
no, they've been a great tackling team, I think.
Yeah, that continued. 6 players: Santana Banner, Catalan, Jacobs, Carnell, Trotter, and Toriano Pride were all above 80 in that regard. Pass rush, no surprise here. Jacobs is actually the best. Damon Wilson in 52 snaps also had a 74.2. Jacobs was 78.9. Wilson, PFF credited him with 5 pressures, 2 quarterback hits. The best coverage guy, which, again, not a bad day. And Payton, I know you said this, like overall, it didn't feel like Missouri's secondary was that bad. I mean, they certainly weren't getting burnt over the top in the way that I think we thought they could have in this game. And the numbers kind of reflected that. Dalen Carnell was the best, 76. Khalil Jacobs actually had a 75, 74.6 for Catalan. Some of the other DBs. Banner had a 66.7. Dre Norwood, 64.5. Marvin Burks, who got ejected, so he only played 14 snaps, was around 64.
Did you guys know that you can stick around after an ejection?
Did
Yeah,
he
you
stay
can
on the sidelines?
I didn't know you could stay on the
Yeah,
sidelines.
you
Yeah,
can. Nick Bolton did that.
I don't
like
remember it.
during his famous ejection.
Yep.
But no, I honestly came away pretty enthused by the way the secondary looked. I thought it was their best outing. I mentioned yesterday I thought Catalan had his best game. I'm glad the grades kind of reflect that. Nate Johnson, he only played 8 snaps. I was like, goodness gracious, he had a good game too. But no, Damon Wilson, I honestly think is almost a little underrated by this. He graded out very well, but I thought he was truly the best player on the field for either side yesterday. I thought he was so good. I cannot say enough about how good he's been. Chris McClellan with 4 pressures from the D tackle.
Yeah.
That's awesome. He has just been a great player as well for them. Santana Banner, I think he played a lot more because Burks was ejected. I think that I think he's kind of the direct backup to him. Or not backup, but like kind of the guy that'll play more when Burks is out. I'd like to see more Santana Banner. I did think he played well. I'll give a tip of the hat to Kenny, who's been all over the Santana Banner hype train. I'll give him that for sure. But no, the defense played very well yesterday. I really don't think you can spin that any other way. They played well enough to win this game. You can look at 27 points and be a little miffed. And again, they really should have been able to get one of those stops on that last touchdown drive for Bama. But again, they were not the weak link yesterday.
No. Kenny, any thoughts on the defense, the grades?
I mean, you look at it, like even if you just go by defensive grade, you go down all the way to 11 where Santana Banner is on defensive grade. There's just greens all the way across. I mean, it was just like a very strong performance just analytically from PFF. And, when you have those things, and I still think people were, frustrated with the defense at times. I mean, like the pass from Ty Simpson on 4th down. I mean, like Payton said in the recap, that just happens. Like, I mean, you can't stop that. That was good coverage. It was just a great throw, great play. You made a play. But overall, I think it was just a really strong performance just by the numbers.
Yeah, I feel like I can't overstate it enough. Like with the way the time of possession, you brought it up at the very top, Kenny, as something Kalen DeBoer was preaching for Alabama. With the way the time of possession went in this game versus how it's gone for Missouri in the past 5 games, like the defense was on the field so much more than it has been all season. And I don't think the offense helped it out at all. And I think that's why you saw, they were going to give up an explosive play eventually. They were going to give up some points. It's Alabama. They're a good team. And you keep having to put that defense out on the field so many times, like they're going to give something up. So I overall was very pleased. And yeah, this is good coping for me too with the secondary, because I was extremely worried about some of those one-on-one matchups. And on the one hand, it makes me hopeful for things going forward. On the other hand, it's like, man, Ryan Williams didn't have a catch and Missouri didn't win this game. If you would have told me that pregame, I would have probably thought Missouri won by a touchdown or so. So it's mixed feelings. It was a weird game overall. I'll give a shout out to I thought eye test wise. Either of you two can agree or disagree. I like Sterling Webb in this game. He made a couple good plays. PFF, I think, credited him with 3 tackles. I think he had a quarterback hurry.
He's kind of getting pushed around by.
Yeah, he got banged up at one point too.
Oh well, maybe I just remember the one QB hurry he had.
He's a smaller D tackle, more of a pass rusher than a run defender.
Yeah,
so I won't fault him too much. But it is what it is.
That does make it difficult. Not many weird snap counts for you in this one, Kenny. Payton said it. Nate Johnson had the least amount of defense with 8. I didn't see any random cameos.
I noticed when he was on the field too. I mentioned it to Kyle. Very wide defensive end, like big chested, and it just kind of he stands out when he's out there. Maybe a possible like Zion Young replacement at some point if he can take a step forward this offseason.
Daniel Blood and Xavier Lloyd combined for 9 snaps. Didn't remember seeing either of them on the field ever. So
I remember seeing Xavier Lloyd.
Okay.
I think he came in after who got hurt?
Coleman.
Coleman got hurt, yeah.
Yeah. Another guy we didn't talk about much, I don't think, in the recap or today. Just wasn't targeted, but I don't think it was much of a him thing as much as it was just Bo Pribula was really unable to connect with anybody. And that includes Kevin Coleman. And yeah, it didn't help when
he graded out worse than Pribula. Man.
I think he had a end around pop pass.
He did. Yeah.
That was his only catch. Yeah.
So I think, in an ironic twist, and I said this on the Believe in Bama podcast, and I said it to Payton on Saturday, I'll say it again. Like, the thing I'd loved about Pribula was that at least it seemed like he trusted so many of his receivers, and then it kind of all went away, and it didn't seem like he wanted to throw to anybody. And
I don't think it was a lack of trust thing, to be honest. I think he was just not seeing the field well.
I agree.
Really was inaccurate.
It went from it felt like he was able to target everybody to he wasn't able to target anybody accurately. It just kind of went away for him. There was just a disconnect, but yeah, Mizzou loses its first game of the season. Kenny, I'll leave you. I'll ask you this before we go to quick hits. I asked it to Payton. Where are you putting the panic-o-meter out of 10 for Mizzou? I think I said a 4 and Payton went 3.5.
Yeah, I'm probably a little bit less than Payton's number. I don't think there's too much to panic about. I think, if something's wrong, offensively, it's something they clean up. But I mean, you also lost to a team that was, what was Alabama ranked in this game? 8th?
8th, I think.
Yeah, you still lost to a top 10 team by 3 points. I'm not like overly worried about this team. I still think there's an opportunity for them to end the year with 2 losses. Heck, Oklahoma lost to Texas yesterday. I mean, this SEC, there's no dominant SEC team right now. There's no team that's separating itself, in my opinion. There are opportunities for teams to beat teams, and I think this will just continue to happen. I think Mizzou can still finish with 2 or 3 losses. They'll be fine and get a good spot in the postseason. If that's in the playoff or if that's in one of those higher end bowl games, that's not a part of those 12 teams.
My rating does not come from the result at all. My rating is not losing to Bama by 3 based. It's Bo Pribula looked truly wretched for most of this game based. And that will be a huge problem for them if he looks like that every week.
Yeah, I think I go from there. We went into this game. This was his first real SEC game. I mean, South Carolina is not good. That we can admit that now. They won the game by 2 scores and happened a lot in the fourth quarter. This is really Bo Pribula's real test. I think that was something that should be noted as well. Even if there was a banged up Alabama defense, a different one, still a very good Alabama team. And it's Alabama, like Payton said. Payton, you were saying this to me off air. It's no matter who's on that team, they have the best athletes in the world. It's Alabama. Yep. I still think that this is something you just overcome next week against Auburn. Auburn's been very up or down. Find the weaknesses there. Fix everything in the run game. Fix everything in the passing game. And lean on that run game, because if the run game's going, the passing game opens. And I think there are still opportunities for this team to just respond next weekend against Auburn.
Yeah, I lean in my eternal optimism.
I'll put 3, though. That's my number.
Okay. That's right about where we are. Yeah, in my eternal optimist view, again, if Bo Prabula can internalize this, and he is the competitor that everyone had, including himself, has said he is, this is something that he will learn from and get better from. And yeah, if you see an upward trajectory off of this, which part of it is you'd think it can only go up from here, but if you see that and you see that positive response, the ceiling can raise for this team. But it does come down to how I think he in the end chooses to grow from this and get better. So we'll see. There's the PFF wrap up from Alabama. A little bit more cleanup on the game. We have some more football stuff to touch on before we go to quick hits. Because it wasn't all bad news for Mizzou. They did get some wins in the recruiting sphere, even if they didn't get one on the field. Kenny, I will let you carry this one. You had to write. You were a busy man in the press box and on the day for Mizzou because you had to write about 2 commits for the Tigers, a couple of offensive linemen as well, which I know people will be very excited to see. They landed 2. Johnnie Jones was one of them. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kenny, is now the highest ranked recruit that Mizzou's landed at 136. Overall, the number 10 offensive tackle, the number 19 rated player out of Florida, went to Venice High School in Florida. And then the other guy, an in-state product, Brysen Wessell, who's ranked inside the top 700, I believe the number 7 player in Missouri, out of Jackson High School, which I know you noted, Kenny, is the same place Connor Tollison, Missouri's current center, went. I know there was some discourse between those two. Tell us about those 2 ads for Mizzou, a little offensive line boost in the 2026 class.
Well, I didn't have to do any writing because I have a AI generated story writer that just does this off me. No, I wrote these ahead of time.
Probably can't joke about that at this point.
Yeah,
People are going to believe you.
Yeah, so I actually write my own stories. No, I wrote these ahead of time, so that was kind of like the plus. Just had to get them out.
Hitting the button.
There, yeah, just had to make sure to press publish. Brysen Wessell announced his commitment during the game. He was a 15th commit for Missouri in the 2026 class. Long time coming. Flipped from Iowa State. Sorry, there was any Twitter notification right now. I have to check because there's other commitments on the horizon that are coming soon. But yeah, with Brysen Wessell committed during the game, told the staff earlier in the week, like on Wednesday. Jack Abercrombie was a big one here. He camped with Mizzou over the summer in June. Wasn't really expecting anything to really come out of it. It was his 4th camp. Was really just trying to boost anything in his recruitment. He ended up committing to Iowa State like 2 weeks later, like a week later. After his official visit, kind of a little bit of a surprise, but they saw him on the defensive line, and Mizzou saw him as an interior offensive lineman, taking over that center position in the years to come. He's looked up to Connor Tollison for a long time as a fellow Jackson product. He's tried to put himself in his shoes, and he's been a mentor for him just in football, what to expect outside of the game, inside the game. So there's been a lot of conversations there between them two, and that goes back to the camp, that goes back to even before he was on Missouri's radar. So Mizzou offered him the week of the South Carolina game, got him on campus for the unofficial visit, and it was just a matter of time until he flipped his commitment, and he just announced it during that game. He never actually officially announced his offer from Missouri. He's always kind of keeping things quiet, not trying to put too much eyes on him or make anyone else look bad. And Iowa State understood it from his perspective. He grew up on Missouri football. That was something that we talked about this morning when I talked to him. Actually really liked the quote. I'm going to find it. Knowing that was the team of Missouri, that was a place to be if you're a Missouri kid growing up, that always meant something to me. That's what he said. He used to watch the games with his dad and his brother growing up. Didn't really pinpoint like any, top, moment or anything like that, but it was more so that, he always wanted to be a Missouri Tiger, and, the opportunity was there. He wasn't going to pass up on it. So he was a 4th interior offensive lineman. Funny enough, the 3 other ones were on campus on Saturday. Braylon Ellison, who's down the road, Missouri legacy, in Boonville. Khalif Canty Jr. and Brandon Anderson both seeing their first Mizzou games on Saturday. So all around, pretty fun one. Another just like fun little note to it. I spoke to him this morning. I was trying to talk to him last night for like a story this morning, and he told me, he's like, actually, my sister just got engaged, so can we talk tomorrow? And I'm like, what? Is this just like the perfect weekend for your family? Perfect day.
Big weekend for the.
And he told me he knew it was coming, but he wanted to get it out there like as a commitment. So he announced his commitment a few hours before his sister got engaged, and just a big weekend altogether for the Wessells. So if you have any questions on them, we'll get to Johnnie Jones in a second.
That's a nice in-state ad. And he went to Connor Tollison's high school, right? Didn't they?
Yeah, they're both Jackson products. Yep.
There you go.
Pipeline.
pipeline.
This is one of those two that, he said the next 4 to 5 years, like it's, he's a late riser. They see him as a very athletic center, someone to play that role in the middle of the offensive line. And, he knows that it's not going to come like right away. He's going to be someone that's, going to develop into this spot. Tollison took 2 years. Maybe Wessell takes 2 or 3. He's not the same rated recruit that Connor Tollison was out of high school.
Sure. Yeah. I saw this one when I read your story about it as that more of a long-term potential guy, someone who, I mean, it's offensive lineman, so it's always hard to grade, but Johnnie Jones, someone who maybe, just based on his ranking could be, ready a little bit sooner, depending on how he kind of projects. But tell us about his pledge there out of Venice. Did I read this right? There in Bradenton, Florida too? How many good high schools does that random town of Florida have? That's where IMG is.
He's from Bradenton. Venice is in Venice, Florida.
Got it.
So he's playing a senior season there because I think he was originally at Berkeley Prep in Florida as well, which is in Tampa. So, top recruit, like you mentioned, Jack, on the national stands. Yeah, he was 136, but on Rivals, he is the number 108th ranked recruit, 13th offensive tackle, and 12th in Florida. So Mizzou, is getting, big time offensive tackle here. Probably expect him to make an impact in the first 2 years is what you're looking at with someone like this already, pushing 6'6", 308 pounds. He's got the size. Other opportunities are out there like Florida State, Penn State. Were popping up. He took an official visit to Mississippi State as well. He posted from the stands, so I think he was actually back at the game. I didn't see him on the sidelines or hear that he was going to make this one, but he did post from the stands. He's good buddies with Donovan Alubade, and then another Venice guy and Damon Wilson II. Didn't play with each other at all, but both products of Venice, Florida. So this is just a big one. Doesn't really talk too much, but he did point out, a couple times with the national staff when he was talking to them that he liked the PFF grades of Mizzou and how they're good about establishing the run. And so he seems like a guy that really pays attention to that stuff and listens to it once the team sends it. Because I think a lot of it is that the team has been pushing a lot of these PFF grades out there as well and sharing it with the recruits and talking to them about it. And so he knows that they grade out analytically well. And Brandon Jones went to see him 2 Fridays ago when Venice took on IMG.
Very nice week for Brandon Jones, it seems. Always got to build up the trenches. So
5 offensive linemen now, 4 on the interior. Got the tackle. I'm sure that there will be other things addressed in the transfer portal as well.
Yeah, seems like a nice ad there in Johnnie Jones. So there you go, 2 commitments. So not all doom and gloom for Mizzou. Still trying to bolster that 2026 class. Kenny, a quick teaser from you. You said there's other, potentially other guys on the horizon. I know it's getting really busy in that. You're kind of in that final stretch as we lead up to signing day. What does the radar look like now for Mizzou?
Yeah, I thought it would be like close to 17 or 19 commits. We're probably going to go over 20, possibly. They're looking at a couple guys in the secondary. Brody Jones was on a official visit this weekend. They brought Jaden McGregory back as a Louisville commit. He looked like he was going to end up with Missouri during the summer before choosing the Cardinals. Both of them were on campus. Taj Overton, I feel like it's just a matter of time. He's an Oklahoma State commit. Defensive lineman, interior, so defensive tackle. Maybe they go after another linebacker in DQ Forkba, and then Ahmad Billings is another one who's going to announce his commitment like October 25th on his birthday, and he's looking like he might choose Missouri as well.
There you go. Keep an eye. We will talk about all the recruiting wins. We'll pick Kenny's brain about him because he's tapped in. So. 2 recruiting wins despite the loss from Mizzou to Alabama. And there's the PFF recap from it. We'll segue. We'll finish off the show with quick hits. Okay, after a very bleak intermission, I will not say anything more. Quick hits time. We got Ken Sports Shorts to start the show. I may refer to a peanut gallery for the question, for one of these questions, if we need a lifeline.
Yeah, the movie one.
Yeah.
All right, Daily Dozen. It's actually 9 today, so it'll actually work. NFL. In 2021, the Eagles traded Zach Ertz mid-season to this NFC team.
Is this the Commanders?
Basically.
The Cardinals. My bad.
Kidding me?
My bad. I
this
forgot
is
about the Cardinals.
Free space.
I forgot about the Cardinals.
You say Commanders?
No, I forgot.
Oh
I forgot.
My God.
That's on me. Yeah.
Whoa.
All right, this one's Jack. Then Jack, you have to get this one right. NBA. This guard averaged 12.1 points per game for the Celtics from 2010 to 2017.
Wow. Sorry, I thought the clip would stop.
And made
12
all
point.
defensive teams.
Ooh. Is this Avery Bradley?
I think that's right. That sounds right. I loved that era. I was
Correct.
yes. I was like Avery Bradley. Isaiah
Avenged.
Thomas was the star. Avery Bradley. Jay
Kenny,
Crowder,
Avery
like,
Bradley,
bunch of
college
Super Bowl-
checker.
Ooh,
Arizona State. Arizona.
Wrong. Peyton, you know.
I do. I'm gonna feel like an
Ooh,
idiot.
you guys don't know?
Arizona.
What is
Nope.
it?
Texas.
Oh, I knew that.
I did know that. Dang it! I can even picture him.
With the Mariners set to play the Blue Jays, the American League team with the longest active drought of not appearing in the ALCS now belongs to this team.
Houston Astros? Question mark.
Might be, right?
Guardians? No. No, definitely not them.
No, they were in
it's
it last
year.
That's right.
All right, so it's no one in the East. That's right. It's no one in the
Tampa-
East.
It wouldn't be Tampa. Well,
What about the
It's not
Orioles?
Baltimore.
made it 15.
Yeah, I think it might be longer than 10 years.
Athletics?
No.
When did the A's last make it?
Like early 2010s.
Did they make it in the early 2010s?
Pretty sure.
Did they play the Tigers one of those years? I know they played them in the
I think
DS.
so.
bunch. That's a tough one. Let's back pocket them.
All
Okay.
right.
Geography. According
Wait,
to
I
the
missed
World
the athletics, but that's okay.
According to the World Bank Group, the country with the highest GDP per capita that has a population of over 1 million people is this European country.
Switzerland.
That was going to be my guess,
I don't
too,
know if
Peyton.
Yeah, Switzerland's got some big cities.
Let me know if we want to use our
Nope.
lifeline, by the way.
Celebrity mashup.
I have a lifeline.
Is
Oh,
that
that's
Christopher
Christopher
Walken?
Walken.
Yeah.
I don't know who the lady is in the photo.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to get there.
It's the mom from Full House.
Who was the mom from Full House?
Amy Poehler.
Can I look it up?
No,
Sure, I don't care.
I think it's the mom from Full House. Like I don't know her name,
Go,
but
go for
if
it.
you think you know it, I'm fine with looking up the names.
Go for it.
Everywhere.
well, not Full
you
House.
look.
I'm thinking of the mom from Full House is dead. Because there wasn't a mom in Full House. Home Alone. That's what I'm thinking of.
Kevin.
Yeah, that's
Oh, you might be right.
Kenny. I was thinking her too, but I didn't know what to reference her from. Oh,
Well, backspace it. Don't just copy paste.
there you go. There you go.
Incorrect.
Oh,
Oh, got the Christopher
you
Walken
got
part
Christopher
right.
Walken.
Well, that
Chain
one-
restaurants coming in regular, spicy, and grilled varieties. The Pretzel Cheddar Club is a limited time sandwich currently offered by what chain?
Pretzel Cheddar Club.
Don't know.
I think this is just Chick-fil-A.
They have a club at Chick-fil-A.
Correct.
All right,
Television,
Aaron used
along
to be
with
platinum members there, dude.
fair.
signature
fair.
members.
His friend Aaron. Our friend Aaron.
His roommate.
Signature. Along with voicing Kit on Knight Rider, William Daniels played Mr. Feeney on this ABC sitcom from 1993 to 2000. I don't know.
Is this Peanut Gallery?
Sure, go for it.
Hey, Peanut Gallery. Do you know a
Calling
show? Do you know a show, Mr. Feeney, a character on an ABC sitcom named Mr. Feeney? All right, Peanut Gallery doesn't know. Move on.
Batman.
Batman, noted sitcom.
Movies. First appearing in 2004's Prisoner of Azkaban, this Academy Award-winning actor played Sirius Black in the Harry Potter films.
Oh, Star Wars is so much better.
Isn't
I
he
think
dead?
I know the answer to the MLB one, by the way.
No, you're thinking of the guy who plays Snape, Kenny.
Snape, yeah.
I don't know. Can I use it? Should I two for the Peanut
Yeah.
Gallery? Hey,
Go
Peanut
for it.
Gallery. What actor played Sirius Black on Harry Potter? Do you know who that actor was? No, he said Gary Oldman. I don't think that's right though.
Okay.
It might be right. Try it. It's better than what we're gonna
It's
come
going
up.
to be better than any guess I have.
Correct.
Oh, you were right. Thank you, Peanut Gallery. You gave a thumbs up.
Music. This singer's 2020 songs "Greedy" and "You Broke Me First" each have over 1 billion Spotify
Kenny
streams.
doesn't know this. I'd be shocked.
I don't know it.
Is this not?
You don't? Dang it! I was banking on you knowing it.
Rod-
No,
Not Olivia Rodrigo.
You're a big music guy.
no.
20. She was big.
2020 songs.
So,
Does it kind of sound like kind of like rap pop?
I swear I've heard that.
You want me to put Olivia Rodrigo?
I
think
don't
it
know.
is.
I don't have better answers. She was big then, wasn't she?
She still is big.
I know, but like,
It's not her. I think this one is the
Angels?
Angels. Yeah. That's
oh,
where I was going
Angels.
with
There you
that.
go.
Incorrect. All right.
Wow, I'm really embarrassed.
the
we didn't
A's?
get that, Kenny. No, I don't think it's the A's. Because I feel like
Twins. It's the Twins.
Oh, the Twins.
no, wait, the Twins beat. Oh,
I
is that right?
Yeah.
think it is right.
Yeah, we got a purple.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. When did
Yeah, because the Twins
A's
like
last
didn't
win?
get
What was
out
the
of.
other celeb
Or the
mashup
Angels. Oh, you know what? The Angels definitely made it in like 08 or something. They were really good back then. I think like the mid.
The Angels made the
2000s.
World Series in 2002 as well.
Yeah, but then I thought the Twins would.
No,
have
the
made
Twins
it.
were like on this crazy streak because they made it to the postseason in 2020, and the Astros bounced them, and there was still a conversation about how they hadn't won a postseason series.
But they beat the A's like in the playoffs, like in the DS, like 1 year in the early
2001,
2000s. That
2002.
01.
It was the year that it was Moneyball A's. 2002, the Twins beat the A's. In the
Oh yeah,
AL
and they would have played
ALDS.
the Angels, and then I think the Angels made it one more time, like in 08 or something, because they had a couple good teams in the late 2000s, if I'm not mistaken. So
Anyone want to say that name?
I don't know who that is.
Nope.
Okay, geography. It was Ireland.
Okay, whatever. I was throwing a dart.
Oh, Boy Meets World.
Never seen it.
Oh.
My grandma might have seen it though.
Tate
Grandma let me
McRae. No, you should have gotten that from music.
know. Get this out of my face, dude. Come on.
All right. Tigers in the Wild. Kenny, what's your Tiger in the Wild?
Tiger in the Wild goes to Justin Britt. He's probably done by now, but he ran his first marathon today. Former Missouri offensive lineman. I love how he wears his a Seahawks jersey with his number on it. But this was his
Why doesn't he
outfit
wear
for those.
Texans?
Because this probably didn't go all that well when he was in Houston. You know that. There's a fun story in The Athletic about it as well, about his like first couple runs and how he got to this point. Kyle wrote about him as well before the border war, him kind of stirring up some stuff.
Thank you for
Yeah,
your
he was-
service.
He was
Justin
awesome before the border war. I remember that well. I mean, running right in front of KU's facility with like a Mizzou flag. That was awesome. So
Oh, this is that other former NFL player. He's big on
Don't know.
social media.
I
I
don't
don't
recognize
know.
him.
next.
Yeah, shout out Justin Britt. I thought Kenny was gonna get there.
I was just waiting for Payton to say.
I was letting him
Rolling
cook.
through his whole thing.
It's a good
My
Instagram
Tiger
post.
in the Wild is going to be Max Scherzer, who the Blue Jays advanced to the World Series. It's crazy. There's no other series going on. It's just the Blue Jays and the Mariners in the World Series this year because there's no other series going on. And Max Scherzer made the roster. He did not make the ALDS roster, but he is on the ALCS roster. So good for him. He got added with Chris Bassett. Not a 5-game series anymore. You're going to need the extra pitching. So
Yeah, I wonder how much we'll see him.
please, this is the World Series, Max. Nothing else matters. Miles Straw. There you go, Kenny.
Yeah,
Go
shout out Max
Dodgers.
Scherzer. Best of luck. My Tigers in the Wild. I figured we'd do a little bit of a check-in. The NBA starts in like 10 days, and there have been a couple guys in the preseason. I didn't include Michael Porter Jr. stats on here because he plays a lot more, and there's some other fringe roster guys to talk about. But Kobe Brown, the Clippers have played one preseason game. Was a couple days ago. He had 2 points, 4 rebounds, and assist and a steal in it. Tamar Bates has played in 2 games. And Drew Smith actually has been the most productive for the Heat. 15 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks in 3 games for Miami. And funnily enough, on Sunday, when we're recording this Sunday night, the Nuggets and Clippers play each other in the preseason. So it will be Kobe Brown versus Tamar Bates.
Did you say funnily?
Funnily enough. Is that not a is that not a word?
Funnily a word?
Funnely's a word.
Surely
It
funnily is
is?
a word.
Look it up. Funnily.
ILY.
Oh. I thought it was just funny
Wow.
enough.
You do talk funnily. Yeah, funnily enough.
This
There
is
you go.
proof that I put words into Kenny's head. He didn't know behoove before I put him on.
That's
Yeah,
behoove.
not
if he says
true.
funnily, I'm
I
totally.
This doesn't
you on
even this doesn't even go to you. He's the one who said it.
This doesn't. No.
I put you on behoove so hard.
No, you did not.
I put you on behoove.
Much to your chagrin, you did not. You did not give me it.
Dichotomy. It's an interesting dichotomy. You and I arguing about this.
NBA starts in 10 days. We'll see how the guys do. New home for
Yeah,
Michael
who
Porter
cares?
Jr.
Moving on.
Nets.
Uh,
You're the one who said moving
ESPN.
on. So
I don't know. I was waiting for Peyton. I thought he was
Sorry,
going to
Kenny,
introduce it to me.
I was directing that at Payton. He was the one who said moving
Okay.
on. So
Okay. Here's my
He
headline,
can move on,
everyone.
then. I just won't have to host anymore. That's fine. And there is
ESPN.
another championship series going on. Damn it!
There is not.
Mhm.
What's your headline, Kenny?
ESPN shakes up FPI top 25 rankings after wild week 7 college football. I'll have to scroll down because we know Mizzou's not in the top 10. But Missouri moved up 3 spots from 18 to 15 after week 7, according to ESPN's FPI.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the consensus. Like I mentioned earlier, SP Plus actually liked how the Tigers played for a lot of this game. I don't expect them to be punished too heavily.
Yeah. Metrics love Mizzou. We know this.
And that matters a lot.
We know this to be true, and it does matter a lot. We'll have more metrics in a minute. Peyton, headline.
My headline is also going to be from Nick Costco at On3. Coaches poll top 25 college football rankings released after Wild Week 7. Going from metrics to objective human opinion, the Tigers did fall. They only fell 2 spots, though. I think that's totally fair. BYU's undefeated. You got to have them up there. Notre Dame is Notre Dame, so of course. Missouri being at 16, I mean, that's completely fair. I'm using coaches poll because AP was not out at the time of recording.
I don't think Mizzou would be dinged too far. That was very newsy of you at the time of recording. AP poll is not live. Yeah, Missouri down a couple spots, probably drop a couple spots. I don't imagine them getting dinged too much. My headline this week, it's not from an article. I'm sorry. There was no article yet written about Missouri specifically, so I didn't want to use one. So my headline instead will just read 2026 Pomeroy College Basketball Ratings. Yes, that's right, folks. It's KenPom Day, the biggest holiday, one of the biggest holidays in the college basketball calendar. I know we all are so excited. So I guess I'll credit Ken Pomeroy for this because he, of course, makes the metrics, but this is something we'll refer to a lot throughout the men's basketball season. And Missouri, fellas, slotted in at 28 in KenPom's initial rankings for the 2025-2026 season. KenPom gave them the number 14 overall offense, the number 54 defense, and the 128th overall tempo. So not projecting them to be super fast. Missouri.
I feel like the tempo is
I don't know how you
strange projection.
Yeah,
but,
I don't know how you really guessed that, but
yeah, I mean they do have Houston playing at a crawl of a tempo, which makes sense. But pretty again, everybody is higher on Missouri than Missouri fans are, which is really kind of funny. I also went ahead and looked. I believe if I counted right.
Missouri I can't read. It's they have at 54 at tempo. I must have looked at like a different team. Sorry.
So what's the is 128 the defense?
Oh, I looked at their yep, I looked at the wrong. Oh no, I'm right. 128 tempo.
I was going to say then that means they project Houston to have like one of the worst defenses in college basketball.
No, forget what I'm saying.
Which is obviously not going to happen. But no, I believe Missouri, when I counted, was number 8 in the SEC, one spot in front of Arkansas, which I find interesting.
They were 8.
Andrews.
Kentucky, Florida, Kentucky, Tennessee, Vanderbilt. He has as the 4th
highest
good
this year.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree completely. It's still it doesn't make it any the less wild to see them that high. Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Alabama, Ole Miss, and Mississippi State are the other teams in that order he has above Mizzou for the SEC. And like Payton said, Houston, number one. Kenny, can you scroll to the bottom? I didn't look who was last. Let's see who does
Mississippi Valley State.
Is it?
Almost certainly is. Yeah.
It is.
Wait, there's 365 now. Who's the new team?
Oh, we talked about this. Is
it New Haven? I don't remember.
It's someone out east. It's someone
Mercyhurst, I believe, was already in there.
I'll look it up quick.
That's interesting. That's fun. I always like to see who the new ones are. West Georgia, I know, is like brand new. I think they were last year though. Yeah.
New Haven is the new one.
New Haven is the new one. Okay. I know my stuff.
Well done.
Just kidding, I don't. 360. They're already better than the usual suspects at the bottom, unfortunately.
That really is the 5 he has down there.
Same 5 teams down there like every year, and it's really sad.
Arkansas Pine Bluff, they're playing rapid, 17th in tempo.
Yeah, and there's been a few years where they've kind of
fast as hell
better ranking than that. But anywho, I love college basketball. Please be good in 2026, Mizzou. I can't take it anymore if you're not. This one comes from our favorite TV series, The Today Show. Guys, this is a good one. Guys, what has 4 wheels and flies?
I've learned that. A plane.
Nope. What has 4 wheels and flies?
It's probably true.
No, it's
Might
not.
have more than 4.
I don't know.
I don't think you guys are gonna get this. It's clever.
It's like a type of car, like that sounds like a bird or something. I don't know. What is
Nissan Rogue.
What has 4 wheels and flies? A garbage truck.
Oh, okay.
That's good, right? That's a fun one.
Yeah.
Flies on the garbage truck. It's good. It's good. Where'd you guys stand with the wheels or doors debate?
I think I said doors originally, and I kind of realized as soon as I said doors that was wrong.
I think it's good.
But I was having this argument with Kenny and I's old roommates, Austin and Zach, and there was no way I was going to admit I was wrong in front of those two. So I just kept arguing, even though I did not believe
Especially one of them more than the other. You cannot be wrong.
Zero chance I was going to admit that in front of Zach Hernandez.
Yeah, I think it's wheels. I think it's got to be wheels.
It's definitely wheels.
All right. That'll do it for the Unwritten Rule. We'll be back. We'll have an Auburn preview on Friday. So try to stomach the loss, Mizzou fans. But, don't have to fret about it on another bye. And, we will have a good preview for you on Friday. See you next time. Bye-bye.